Hello, my dear children. Welcome to today's class. So far, we have discussed about how new plantlets are produced, different techniques to develop them, how to manage our crops, etc. Even if we do all these things, there will be no use if the farm don't have a proper irrigation system. Have you heard about drip irrigation? It is a type of micro irrigation system that has the potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either from above the soil surface or buried below the soil surface. Through this method, the rate of evaporation can be minimized. Do we cultivate only food crops? Which other crops do we cultivate? Let's see some examples for that. Cotton. Cotton is an important fiber crop cultivated in India. The cotton and the seeds are separated from mature cotton balls. Thread is obtained from cotton. Cotton seed is used as cattle feed. The oil obtained from cotton seeds is used for industrial purposes. Next one. Jute. India is the largest producer of jute in the world. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of jute plant. Jute sheaves are first soaked in water for retting. They are then beaten to separate the fibers. Sack thread is made of jute fiber. The last one is coir. Coconut husk is soaked in water. It is beaten to separate fibers. These fibers are woven to make different types of coir products. Do you see this picture? This picture is an example for integrated farming. What is the benefit of this type of farming? Yes, the vegetable waste from the kitchen and excretion of cattle can be deposited in biogas. The slurry obtained from biogas can be used as fertilizers to vegetable garden. Also, it can be feed to the ducks. Agriculture can be integrated with livestock so that one area supports the other, and it is called integrated farming. Farming practice that involves different areas of work like agriculture and animal husbandry is integrated farming. Placing duck coop above the fish pond is an example for integrated farming. Let's see the advantages of such type of practices. Fishes can feed on the leftover food of ducks. Also, they feed on the droppings of ducks. The droppings of duck allow water plants to grow. Fishes eat these water plants. At the same time, insects, algae, snail and small frogs in the pond will become food for the ducks. Therefore, uncontrolled multiplication of fishes can be reduced and the remaining grow with maximum size. Then the farmers got income from both the fishes and ducks. Agriculture and cattle rearing are integrated farming methods in Kerala that existed traditionally. Cows and buffaloes can be reared along with paddy cultivation. Fodder grass can be cultivated in coconut fields and rubber plantations. The straw obtained from paddy cultivation, the bran obtained from husking paddy grains, etc. can be given to cattle as fodder. Goats, ducks, hens, etc. can be reared in coconut fields. Students, our first chapter Reaping Gold from Soil has completed, and this chapter gives you a clear idea about modern agricultural methods and also about how to manage our crops. Study well. See you again. Thank you.